Could BlackRock be close to pumping XRP to new all-time highs? Well, we're going to be addressing it in this video because there seems to be a lot of talk over on X regarding something happening. And of course, by the time that you are seeing this and looking on my screen, you're probably already saying BlackRock filing an XRP ETF. And yes, that's what we are going to be talking about in this video. And I actually want to address why this would push XRP to new all-time highs, but also why it does make sense for Larry Fink and BlackRock to be looking into an XRP ETF as well. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, there's almost 10,000 members in that free Discord. What are you guys waiting for? Join up. It's one of the best crypto Discords out there. So what are you guys waiting for? Now, with that being said, let's talk about this post here from Bitwise, going all the way back to October 2nd. Today, we filed an initial registration statement on Form S1 for a new Bitwise XRP ETP. Now, again, if we're thinking about some of these players like Bitwise or, Wisdom Tree, Fidelity, these are not the big ones that get things pushed through. And I'm going to bring that back up and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But we believe blockchains will usher in new apolitical monetary assets and permissionless applications for the 21st century. This is from Bitwise CEO. We aim to help investors access the opportunities in this space and are excited to continue that work with our filing for a Bitwise XRP ETP. Now, if we're really thinking about this logically, and if we're really kind of taking a step back, why are ETPs or ETFs very important for this space? It's just a very simple question. I want to see what you guys say in the comments. And, the answer to that is that it's an onboard, right? It's an onboard to, the next, say for so 10,000, 100,000, possibly even 1 million or more members, right? Jumping into crypto. And if we're thinking about that, all right, they bring liquidity with them, trading volume, interest. I mean, this is basically just a bridge to the TradFi space. And we also get the legitimization aspect of it as well. Because when BlackRock pushed the ETF, all of a sudden, all of the people that know about BlackRock or, trust BlackRock, now they're looking at Bitcoin in a different light compared to what they've been, told by these politicians that say, oh, Bitcoin is only used for this, Bitcoin's only used for that, crypto's a scam, crypto's, used for fraud. But then BlackRock is saying no, this is legit. You need to be looking into Bitcoin. So it changes the entire tune. And, even over here from Wisdom Tree, we did get this back in the end of November. Global ETF provider Wisdom Tree Funds has registered in the state of Delaware for an XRP ETF. I have confirmed with the company this is a legitimate filing. Wisdom Tree has over 100 billion in assets under management. Now, for the longest time, we kept hearing how an XRP ETF was never going to happen. We know that XRP had its name completely dragged through the mud for, 4 years roughly by the SEC. Would an ETF completely change the tune around XRP? I do think that it would definitely help the, individuals outside of crypto that are not here every single day doing their research, reading, things like that. It will definitely help them, kind of have a little bit more of a trust factor when it comes to XRP. But it's also the idea that these ETFs do create a ton of volume. It creates a ton of buying volume, trading volume, interest. It definitely does change the space in a big way. Now, the question that everyone is going to probably be asking is, well, why didn't that happen for Ethereum? Because Ethereum, if you guys do know, has an ETF and it really didn't impact Ethereum at all. Well, I do think that's mainly because there's not a lot of demand for it. I think that, when it comes to Ethereum, sure, it might be the second largest crypto project, but the hype around Ethereum has died down quite a bit. Ethereum really needs to cling on to certain things. Back in 2021, for an example, it was the NFT craze. Prior to that, it was the DeFi craze. So if we're thinking about it, I think that the hype around Ethereum has cooled off. I do think that it will return, but, for the time being, we definitely look at what's the hottest on the market, especially if you are BlackRock, for an example. So as we think about these ETFs, I did say back in October, Isn't it funny how overnight we went from there will never be an XRP ETF to now having 2 XRP ETF filings in the last week alone? Remember what I said. Once BlackRock files for an ETF, it's game on. Every XRP ETF filing will be approved. Now, why did I say this? It's because that's exactly what happened with Bitcoin. If you guys remember, there was a ton of Bitcoin ETF filings. I believe that it was Grayscale trying to get a spot Bitcoin ETF back in 2021. I mean, they were trying for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, we start to see a big inflow of the ETF filings. And last but not least, we did get BlackRock. And guess what? Within a month, we got all the ETFs approved for Bitcoin. And I do think that the same thing would happen with XRP. But the question is BlackRock going to file for an XRP ETF? Well, rumors on X are starting to flood around. We have here from Lark Davis. Again, could we really trust this individual? I mean, there's been a lot of things around Lark's past that have come up that's questionable. Again, I'm not going to speak on it just out of respect, but we do have rumors are circulating that BlackRock is planning to file for an XRP ETF application. If that happens, it will bring a ton of liquidity to the crypto market, and it definitely would. But, where's the rumors? Where's the source for this? Is it just to shill his, wealth mastery investor report that, I'm sure that a lot of people jumped into? This is also an individual that has been very negative towards XRP for like the past couple, cycles. So if we're thinking about this, could we trust this post? I don't think that we can, but I'm on the same exact side of this as Crypto Insight UK. We have BlackRock XRP ETF filing rumor. I have not seen anything, but I do expect it. Have I missed something? And yes, I do expect it. I actually am expecting the ETF filing to happen when we least expect it, if I'm being honest. But, again, we are expecting it to happen at some point in time. We don't know when that's going to be, but we are expecting it. Now, again, the big question is, why would they? Why would BlackRock file for an XRP ETF? Well, let's put ourselves in Larry Fink's shoes. What is BlackRock focused on? They're focused on making money. These ETFs make BlackRock a ton of money off of the fees. XRP, in just the last couple weeks, let's go over here, right? XRP is very close to flipping Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume. I watched XRP's volume surge from 13 billion to over 34 billion in a matter of 24 hours. We know XRP has flipped Ethereum in previous cycles. We also know that at some point in time, XRP actually did flip Bitcoin. Now, I bring this up because XRP being as, big as it is, and, with how much focus has been put on XRP, if I am Larry Fink, I'm thinking, wow, the Ethereum ETF hasn't generated a lot of money at all. But now we have this new flashy, project, XRP. All of a sudden, everyone's looking at it. It's creating massive amounts of volume. I'm thinking, how much volume can we see in the ETF for this? And how much money can we make off of it? It's purely business, right? It makes sense. It 100% makes sense. Especially if we look at the Google Trend searches, which, by the way, I do have, some up-to-date ones, but also some other ones that a lot of people have been posting. If we look at this, right, it's one of the most Googled cryptos in the US over the past 90 days. I mean, if you're looking at Ethereum and you're looking at XRP, XRP has actually completely flipped Ethereum in terms of interest from the retail sector. Again, business side of things, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, we need an XRP ETF. Even over here, XRP is more popular than crypto, according to Google Trends. Even if we look at XRP Bitcoin, recently XRP was trailing on Bitcoin. I know that this did flip it at some point in time, but it has died down, but it's so close. I mean, look at the interest here when it comes to XRP versus Bitcoin. It's very clear that retail is loving XRP right now. And even if we look at it versus Ethereum, again, it's night and day. It has completely overshadowed Ethereum. Now, I want to take you guys over here because, again, even in terms of social mentions, this goes back to December 2nd, XRP dominating social mentions at the number 1 spot. HBAR comes in at number 2 and Litecoin at number 3. Again, if I am Larry Fink, I am looking at this from a financial opportunity. How much money can we finally make off of something other than Bitcoin? Because Ethereum has been underwhelming. XRP, think about it like this. If I'm a retail investor, I'm looking at XRP at $2 and something. And this is how retail thinks. I know this because of the past cycles. They're looking at XRP at $2.40 some cents. They're looking at it versus Ethereum and they're saying, well, Ethereum's almost $4,000. Bitcoin's almost 100 and some $1,000. Just from the, price wise, they're going after XRP because it's much cheaper. They can make a lot more money if it, moves a lot higher. That's how retail works. They like to go after the, much cheaper investment vehicles. And we know this because of even Coinbase. A lot of the Coinbase gems back in 2021 that were pumping were like 5 cents, 7 cents, 10 cents, because they look at it from a ROI point of view. Now, if we're thinking about this as well, I want to go over here because NASDAQ companies are now buying XRP as a corporate reserve asset, aka what we are starting to see is the big shift in scenery. We are starting to see a much larger spotlight put on XRP. So it makes sense for BlackRock to file for an XRP ETF. Now, what would this do to the price? Would it pump XRP? Because so far it hasn't pumped Ethereum. Well, let's look at Bitcoin, right? So since the time that we actually did get the approval, which was on January 10th, it did sell off all the way into January 22nd. So it didn't pump initially, but then off of the lows, it did pump about 92.27% and then 100 and almost 70%. Is all of this driven by BlackRock though? No, obviously, but if we look at how much money the BlackRock ETF did create, we have 10 billion since Trump election win, right? This goes all the way back to November 5th. So in roughly a month, we saw $10 billion in inflows. And then also over here, this is from December 5th. So it's not fully updated because this was December 8th. But over here, we have $15 billion worth of investment inflow since January 2024. That's how much just the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has received. That's a massive amount of money just from the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, $15 billion. Overall, the entire ETF inflows were about $10 billion since the Trump election win. This is just off of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, $15 billion worth since January of 2024 in less than a year. Now, with how small XRP is versus Bitcoin, I do think that it will definitely affect the value of XRP, especially if there is a lot of hype and a lot of demand around XRP. You also have to remember, right? We're starting to push into the utility / legitimization phase of crypto. So it would definitely make sense for XRP to have such a big, spotlight put on it. And, if we're just going off of the Bitcoin price action, I'm expecting XRP to sell off a little bit more before we finally do pump to the upside. But we're going off of like $2 down here. I could see that getting retested. I could see this, fair value gap being completely retested again. 92%, 93% roughly would take it to about $3.78.5. After that, if we're going off the full 170% on Bitcoin, $5.29 roughly. But you got to remember, I'm going off of percentages on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has always, cycle over cycle, had diminished returns. You also have to remember that Bitcoin is a much larger asset by not just market cap, but by price. So it's a lot easier to move XRP. I could assume that these figures would change by at least 2 to 3x. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going off of the same percentages roughly. And also, we don't know when the ETF approval is going to happen. Will it happen when we break a new all-time high? Will will it happen when we're trading at $8, potentially $10? We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen next for XRP. Is XRP going to make a new all-time high? In my opinion, yes, it will. A lot of people don't think that XRP will hit $8 to $10. What if it does? What if we get an ETF approval at that point? Would it, push to $15? We don't know. All we know at this current moment in time is XRP has been going on an absolute massive run since roughly November. XRP is in the spotlight of almost everyone at this current moment in time. It's clear from the Google Trend searches. It's clear from the institutional side of things. If I am BlackRock, I am looking at XRP and I'm really kind of looking at how much money can we make off of this? How much money will we make off of this if we have an ETF? That's what I'm looking at from a business perspective. And if we're thinking about that, then yes, I do think that BlackRock will pump XRP to new all-time highs. But that's if we get the ETF before new all-time highs. You see how that works? But we also don't know if the ETF is even in conversation from BlackRock. We know that Larry Fink couldn't comment on the XRP ETF. So if we're thinking about this, is BlackRock about to file for an XRP ETF? I don't believe so. Could it happen in 2025? It definitely could, but we just don't know when and if this is going to happen. So we just take the market day by day and really kind of see what we are given. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.